that's,
She's the
that's for the
school
school
psychologist at the Hood School.
Okay.
Does the sub budget, do the long-term subs come out of the substitute budget, or do they come out
It
of?
does, yes.
So I can see we're probably already gonna be putting a strain on this early on. I mean, I know you have to do it, but
Yeah, this isn't that unusual. I'm not sure you've always seen the long-term subs in your,
okay, this is pretty
but it's this
standard.
past year or two has been in this general vein of numbers.
These are 5 that we know about right away, starting
Right.
the school year.
Last
right?
year, we had quite a few, actually,
lot more, I
quite a
thought,
few,
yeah.
yes.
And what are long-term subs, are they paid the same rate, or does some come in with different education levels or different experience levels, and are they paid different rates? Are they almost negotiated like?
We have 2 levels that they can come in at, either
Okay.
the bachelor's step 1 or the master's step 1, depending upon their credentials. And if it's someone that doesn't have a current license, but has been licensed at some point in time, they can earn 90% of whatever that step is.
Okay.
So it's very well
Do they
articulated.
become part of the NREA because they're long-term subs, or?
No, they are
they
not.
don't.
No.
Okay,
No, they have no rights to collective bargaining
okay.
benefits.
But this is, I was just saying, Jerry, that we've
Yeah.
had
Jumped off the page.
so
actually,
few
yeah.
turnovers in the last 2 years.
Yes.
It's good.
You see any reason for that?
I'm just saying, I don't know, I'm making a statement, I don't know.
Bids and donations, we have none listed. I'm assuming you're not gonna change that, Kathy.
No, I'm not.
We do need to put together for the start of the new school year a subcommittee schedule. We have a policy subcommittee meeting already scheduled for September 15th. And we need to schedule an athletic subcommittee meeting.
I was wondering if you still wanted to meet on Tuesdays at 12:30.
It's good for me if it's good for Mel.
The next Tuesday I have open is 9:20.
I think that's good.
Okay?
I'll take care of that.
Communication subcommittee.
There had been some discussion of the status of the communications subcommittee, but Mel,
I think we should keep it as a subcommittee, but not,
No schedule.
no schedule, meet as needed, because I think we have a really good process going right now. I mean, we may wanna schedule a meeting, you might wanna talk to the cable people a little bit with the administration, and then we may wanna have a subcommittee meeting after you
With
get.
them. Yeah.
With, but I don't see a need to have a regular scheduled meeting at this
Who's on
point.
that right now, Mel?
It's me and Cliff.
Okay.
yes, Cliff
So you wanna do that? We'll leave it open,
Yeah.
schedule as needed?
and Karen now.
Oh, that's right, that's right,
Mel's off? Yeah.
I'm off.
That's different
So
than you
let's
want them
meet every
scheduled?
month.
Never mind. Yeah, so I think they should
Let's
meet
meet every
weekly.
2 weeks. We'll leave that.
Especially in the
Okay.
summer.
As needed, if there's nothing on the agenda right now. The evaluation subcommittee.
I was wondering, again, the evaluation subcommittee is Cliff and Karen. Karen's not here this evening,
Right,
so
sorry.
I was wondering what time or in what kind of a day and date. We were all over the place last year.
You wanna try to pick a day?
No, not without Karen here,
Just-
because
If
Karen's
you can give-
schedule pretty much
gives Kathy
dictated
some
when we
idea
met.
what's good for you, and then she can fit it in.
All
with
right,
Karen.
so try to do something by email. Very good.
Okay. The superintendent has listed the administrative report. Is there anything in particular you want to touch on there, Kathy?
I would like to make sure that you know you are all invited to the faculty staff opening day. The letter was included in your packet, and at 8:30 refreshments will be served at the high school. And at 9 o'clock, we will start our opening day ceremony. Our school committee chair will be making some stellar remarks along,
Can't wait, I'm going just to hear Jerry.
and
I've had some good ones in the past, but
the typical schedule is we'll go through welcome and introductions, and then there'll be an opportunity. We are going to do something a little different this time. We're going to be recognizing staff for 25 years of service. That was something that used to be done at the end of the year, and it was a pretty small ceremony. I really want to recognize these people in front of their peers, so we have a little gift to recognize them. And Jerry, I'll ask you to come up with me and present that
that's
to
good.
them.
I need something positive. I really do. That's good.
We have 2 individuals this year that we'll be recognizing for 25 years of service. And then after that, we'll ask Jerry to make his remarks, and then the NREA will make his remarks, and then Patrick and I are going to do a joint presentation, provide some big picture information to the entire faculty and talk about some of the changes that will be taking place, particularly in the area of technology in our
We
district.
give them a gift, it's a lot harder to boo or hiss
I
or
know.
anything like that
Yeah.
afterwards, all right.
That'd be
They
more
won't boo
positive.
you, Jerry. They may boo me, but they won't boo you.
Kathy, just as a side note, do we have a finance planning team meeting that morning?
We have a finance planning team meeting
I was just checking.
that morning, the opening of school?
Yeah,
No.
no,
no, no.
we wouldn't have done that, would we?
No, we wouldn't have done that.
Okay.
That would have been terrible.
I just wanted to double check.
I will tell you that the finance planning team meeting is on Wednesday, the 14th
Wednesday
at
the-
8:15.
Okay,
I'm not quite sure what time I need to go to the MSBA that morning, but it could be any time between 10 and 1.
okay, so
I'm-
that's on the 14th, all right.
That's on the 14th.
Okay,
Like, one of us wanted to take the bus ride. I've never taken the bus ride. Could we do that, or would that be too intimidating?
The bus ride is done.
No, but if I wanted to ride
Someday?
the bus. No, with the teachers when they're going around
We
the-
already did that, but
Oh, you did it already?
we had
Oh.
it's in your packet. The new faculty orientation was last week, the 24th and the 25th. I put the schedule in here so you could see what they did.
it's some serious carbon monoxide issue.
I've only lived here close to 30 years, so I thought it was a good time I got a
Well,
tour of the
Ann
town.
Lundell, the administrative assistant for the superintendent, is the conductor. And she is the one that conducts the
I
tour.
really want to do that.
And she's lived here for 28 years, and she graciously agreed last year when I was new to the district, so of course I asked her to do it again this year, and we'll keep doing that. And she does a wonderful job.
Kind of like Kramer's reality tour in Seinfeld, you
Oh,
ever
yeah.
seen that one, when
Yeah.
he takes the people out on the?
Yeah.
They had a wonderful tour this year. If you recall, last year it rained, and they couldn't even see out the windows, but this year it was
See,
gorgeous.
my previous terms as chairman, David Troughton gave me so much material to use at the
I
meeting.
know, you used to, like,
And now I just haven't got, I'll have to think. of
half his speech was telling jokes about David.
Well,
You don't have that
it's a
material
new,
now.
I know, it's a new age now.
Are we gonna talk about
There's one thing I want to
Okay.
just bring
Go
up,
ahead.
and just to let you know that we have an Eagle Scout in this town. His name is Chris Vozella, and he worked last spring and over the summer with Principal John Fauché, Assistant Principal Mike Maloney, and now Principal Catherine O'Connell. You don't have anything in your packet, I'm just giving you this update. I wanted you to know that what's going to be taking place. He has received approval from all the boards in town and actually has accessed donated services by the DPW to create an outside classroom at the back of this middle school building, behind where our central offices are. There's lots of foliage. He's converting that to an outside classroom right outside of the cafeteria, free of charge to the school district, as a give back to the schools for his Eagle Scout project. We are very
Excellent.
impressed with the level of detail he's provided to us, his planning, his ability to organize, he has sat before all the boards in the town to get their approval, and so this will be taking place very soon. It will also provide an opportunity for our middle school students to spend a little time after their lunch outside too, getting some fresh air. That's been sorely
Well,
missed.
thank you to Chris, that's excellent.
So
Thank you.
we'll take lots of pictures and make sure we get those on the
Maybe we should
website.
bring him in and have him do a little presentation.
Yeah, that might be good.
You might want to do a school committee appreciation
Yeah, we could
award
do
to
that,
him.
sure.
We haven't done
That'd be a
that
great
Good idea.
in a while. Very nice idea.
Good idea. Okay. Future business, we do have a meeting scheduled, a regular meeting for September 12th at 7, and same on September 26th, and then, of course, Monday, October 3rd is town meeting at the high school auditorium. Anybody got anything else?
Oh, we should pass these.
Carl, before we got into that, that's why I asked, I have a few simple questions, new business type questions that I wanted to give you a chance to answer. One is, do we have a concrete number for circuit breaker yet, how much more we're getting? or
No.
No? Okay,
Zero information,
okay.
sorry to
Um,
say.
9/7 opening of school, are there any new things that, both for Carl and Kathy, that people need to be aware of? I know the bus routes should be in the paper,
Well,
this week?
if I could, let me talk about some operational things. Thank you for that opportunity, Mel. I always like the public to know that, to begin with, the school lunch menus are always on the internet, on the North Reading Public Schools website. We encourage people to check out the lunch menus there. They've been up and available for some time. To your point about transportation, the same thing. The bus routes have been online on the website for many weeks, and families are encouraged to find their bus stop. They will also be published in the transcript on the back-to-school issue, which I believe is this upcoming Thursday. Okay, so that's the traditional printing for that. So, so school lunch is up, transportation's ready. We, those are the traditional operational things we like to remind people of.
And there's no change, though. We did make a few changes during the school year last year, I think at the, was it the Hood drop-off and pickup that we changed? And
They have a
that's-
live line.
That's still gonna be in place this year,
That's
and
correct.
then the middle school time change, right?
That's correct, 4 minutes.
Okay, and,
And that's on the calendar, that's on the website,
Right.
and those times have
Vans.
gone out.
Is the new van up and operational?
No,
bought it yet,
the
right?
van doesn't,
Bought it.
October
No.
town
We gotta
meeting.
get the
Yeah.
appropriation, that's the only major capital project we're looking for.
And then,
Yeah, it was taken off.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
It never got,
the other question I had for you, Carl, is bus athletic fees, how are they running? Same as.
busing is on a year-to-year basis, marginally behind last year, but not statistically significant. Athletic fees, you know, I haven't had a report from the athletic director,
Okay.
so.
We need that in the agenda for the athletic subcommittee meeting, though, that's important.
Right, cause that was an
take a
issue
look
we'd
at that.
started, been talking about,
Absolutely.
right.
Yeah,
Right.
we gotta get that on there.
And I guess the last thing that I would like to ask the committee to do, since we're entering the year and we'll be negotiating a new contract with the NREA this year, is I see Ann has gotten back the contract books to us, is to thoroughly read through the teacher's contract, and I think we'll probably have an
Executive
executive
session.
session to get input from all of the committee, except for Mr.
Except me.
Bowers. We'd love your input, but about, you know, what direction we wanna take.
Any update on that, Kathy, as far as when we're gonna approach, or they're gonna approach us on the negotiations?
They had indicated, they being Mr. Foreman, had indicated to me that they would like to start negotiating sooner rather than later. My question is, in this district, has the past practice been that the president would write a letter to the superintendent or the chair of the school committee indicating that they would like to enter into negotiations?
I think that's been the past practice.
has been, yeah.
Sometimes it's drifted a little further than we wanted. I'd like to get, I don't know how Mel feels, but I'd like to get something going as soon as possible, to be honest with you. Because the contract expires June 30th. That seems like a lot of time, but it really
One year we
isn't that
started
much
like
time.
January, remember?
Yeah.
That was
Yeah, so I
way
think-
too late.
I think that if you have any discussions with Eric, maybe you can talk to him informally about it, and then if not, we can do something more formal to get it started.
Yeah, I'd like
But
to
as Mel suggests, I think in one of the next couple of meetings, we need to have an executive session so the committee can discuss what our goals and objectives are going to be in the contract negotiations. Our strategy, I should say.
I mean, we probably could do that at the next meeting, right?
Yeah.
If you just read through the contract and then
Yeah.
have an executive session.
And take
for
a look at
next
the
meeting.
contract. I mean, it's interesting. There's a lot of detail in there.
In my past experience, when entering into negotiations with any association or union, I would often meet with the administration to also get their input into any of the CBA items that they would like to
Yeah.
have addressed.
There are a lot of working conditions stuff type things, and in the past, actually, they've dominated a lot of our time. I know the last time was some of the issues, and they can vary, obviously, from the elementary schools to the middle school to the high school, so.
Sure.
They made any requests for collaborative bargaining at all? Have you heard that from the NRA? Okay.
No, but I will,
No,
I
I
don't
don't,
want
I'm
to
just
collaborative
wondering if they,
bargaining anyway.
no, I agree. I'd rather just
Yeah.
bargain directly with them, not collaborate.
so could we target, I'm looking at the schedule that we have, could we target maybe the September 26th meeting?
For an executive session?
Yeah.
To-
Yeah.
And that gives me time to meet
Yep.
with the administration and.
Yep.
We might wanna schedule a half hour before, half hour after, because just that we might need the
We
full
could
hour.
schedule them both. If we don't need it, we don't need
Right.
it for the second half, you know.
So both?
Yeah.
Before and after?
Yeah, and that way Cliff can come late and leave early.
Okay, anything else? If there's nothing
Plan on
else, I'm
not
gonna,
being
go
early.
ahead,
I
Mike?
had a couple things that I sent over to you today about paper usage
Yes.
in the meetings. I was hoping to go a little more digital on that. That was one thing. And then I think we addressed the goals, and then wasn't there one last piece on the email?
There were two things on the email, Michael.
I think Mike's recommendation on the digital, I think it may not be a bad idea to actually put that on the agenda for a discussion.
Next time?
Yeah,
I'd like to go,
yeah.
and, you know, just looking at this stuff tonight, I cannot believe the state spends all the money to print these books. All this stuff's online.
I know.
All this, and the street guide. and our North Reading handbook.
No,
I don't
send
understand.
them in a PDF. If you need them at the meeting, just send them in a PDF.
Right, so I think,
Give us a USB stick or something, but the fact that we're still driving around this day and age and dropping these packets off to people's
Yeah.
homes, just, and the fact that this is all computer generated, it's not like it's coming off a typewriter, it's not much work to do print to PDF in